Okay, everybody, 8 o'clock. Thank you all for joining me here tonight. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over here in Virginia, and we're going live, talking some bullshit and some bench press. Benching and bullshitting. I just broke the chair I'm sitting in, too, which is super awesome for me, so I'm going to try to make sure I stay upright. Stay upright during this video because I just broke it. So anyway, let's see what we got going on in the chat here. Let's see. My friend Jamal always says reverse grip doesn't work and made his regular bench weaker. What are your thoughts? He's probably not reaping the benefit of the movement. It's very, very heavy tricep dominant. So he can, if he's also doing the full traditional reverse, the full supinated style, then it could also be really doing ham on his wrists, because I can't actually do the full traditional reverse. I have to do my modified version in order to do it. So that could have something to do with it. If you don't utilize it correctly, it's not going to get you any carryover. So it might be time wasted. So go with what you're stronger. I mean, a lot of people try the reverse and they get strong. It passes what they can do pronated raw. So just got to give it time, do it correctly, utilize it. And I don't know. it could be a lot of reasons. But so yeah, this week has been pretty fucking awesome, man. It's couldn't go heavy on bench yesterday. We didn't have a really big crew, so I did other things besides going heavy, and it was a good workout. I got home and I was very, very fucking tired. Went to sleep very fast, and yeah, woke up. I think we went to bed at 4 o'clock. Woke up at 8. I was up for like 2 hours and then fell back asleep. Woke up at like 7 or 8. So it's been a good week. Squats and deadlifts were great today. Really good. Has training in gear reduced any form of shoulder pain? Of course, yes, it has. That's why it's there. It's there to protect you, keep your shoulders from blowing out, keeping your pecs from blowing out, keeping you together for longer. That's why gear was originally designed for. It's, of course, you can also hurt your shoulders doing it improperly, but normally that doesn't happen. Martinez, Rodney says, hi, Jim. I'm 5 weeks out and I tried my opener and it felt really easy, like RPE 6 or 7, which I think is light. Okay. What should it take? What should I take in consideration and what numbers to pick? What should I take into consideration? Taking into consideration things as though like travel, that's going to wear you out. If you're doing a full meet, you say you tried my opener, but I think you're just talking about bench. So, just like I said, if you travel, make sure you stay hydrated and eat while you're traveling, because that can really suck it right out of you. Keep up your sodium. Stay away from high sugar drinks like Gatorade. Stay away from Gatorade. You need water and sodium. Beef sticks are perfect. Element packets are great. Just hydrate and eat and weigh in wherever the hell you weigh in, and just have fun. That's the biggest thing. Numbers to pick. If your opener blows out, I mean, if you blow your opener out of the fucking water, like throw it up to the fucking roof, I mean, make a considerable jump to the second. If it's a little bit rough with varying circumstances, a little more conservative on the second attempt, and then go for a PR on the third. That's generally like how you would normally do it. Thank you, my friend. Keep saying you're wrong, though, but he only benches 225. Oh, well. Hey, oh, well. I can be wrong. I don't care. I'm right for me, though. That's what matters most. Oh, we got a YouTube. Dawn, hi, Jim. The helicopter ride looked like a lot of fun. It was. So thank you very much to the folks down in Chesapeake and getting us down there and taking us on a very generous helicopter ride. We were in a single engine helicopter. Couldn't tell you the name or model, but it was fun as hell. And took Katie up first because I was a chicken shit, and she came back, and then I went up second, and it was pretty wild. I'm glad I could share it with you guys on Patreon there and YouTube members. Let's see. Thomas on YouTube says, have you ever seen a pec blow out with gear? I have. I definitely have. It doesn't happen very often, but you can still bench incorrectly enough in equipment that you blow out a pec. It does happen, but it is extraordinarily rare. You have to bench very, very wrong in the gear, like just all pecs with all that weight for it to blow like that. What are your thoughts on the Apple Vision Pro? I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm sorry. I can't answer that question. I don't know what that is. But yeah, so it can happen. It's just very rare. I think I've only seen it like once. Like it doesn't happen. It's just, you know, very, very, it's a freak thing when it happens. Mike Goni says you can bench as wide as you want, reverse grip, correct, because you tuck the whole way. Yeah, I basically go the widest I could possibly legally go with reverse grip because you're tucked, and you're tucked the whole motion from top to bottom. You're tucked. So it's, and if you do it correctly, if you extend and you push kind of towards your legs, you can't drift over the face with a reverse grip. That's the only like biggest downfall is you can't drift over the face. If you push straight towards your legs in a straight line to really extend with the triceps, it's a tricep. It's an upper back and tricep bench variation. So I've gone down this hole many times. I'm talking about the benefits of reverse grip benching backwards. I've got a new t-shirt design that just came out as well. So if you want to check out the new t-shirt designs, Kolbstrong.com has 2 new t-shirt designs. We got 4 sitting right over here. The Kolbstrong bench department, triple XL shirts. They're sitting over there. So yeah, sending those out tomorrow. If you ordered one, it will be out tomorrow. Winter Max, just in time, at the border right now on my way back to the U.S. Oh, Jesus. How's your week? Been good, man. Thanks for hopping on here. It's been a good training week. Leading up to this meet, we got a meet on July 29th. So it's going to be a good day. Let's see here. Gotta catch up here. If I miss you guys on Instagram, I'm just going to let it run. So if I miss you, just ask your question again because I'm going to try to stay on top of it. But I might miss somebody, so just freaking redo your question. Let's see. Thomas says, can we assume they also then wear the gear wrong because most gear is either single ply, poly, or multiply? Yeah, it could be worn wrong. It could be worn too big. Again, like if you bench chest dominant with enough weight in the equipment, you can tear out your pec. I mean, it doesn't have, I've never seen a full detachment. I've seen like a little belly tear at most. So like even then it's not like a huge deal, but like it can still happen. Also, have you ever done floor press in reverse grip? I have. Or with boards? I have. Can't remember myself. Have to catch up. 18 months of Patreon too. Whoa. Yes, and the new stuff is going up every week. So like if you have questions, you just got to drop it in below the video and ask me questions, Thomas. Which wrist straps are stiffer, the KLA 5000s or the F8s? The F8 wraps, there's several different models. So I can't say like the KLAs are stiffer than every single one of them. He has very stiff wraps, but the KLAs, let's see. I've had 1450 on the bar with my KLA 5000s. I've also gone to 1463, and I believe I had a pair of F8 wraps. So like they're both excellent choices. They last a long time too. Someone asked, is there a law of diminishing returns if your testosterone level goes above 1,000 NGD? I don't know what 7 of those words were, my friend. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what that is.
Question for another person.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so I couldn't bench heavy on Saturday. Like I said, there was a meet this weekend. A lot of my guys were out. So I did chain suspended floor press. Yeah, I got really fucking crazy and creative on that one. Basically something that required no handoff, no spotter, and was very fucking difficult. Chain suspended floor press. Yeah, that was very tough. Very humbling movement. Very hard to do. But did a lot of accessory work. Got back to some serious weight. Well, not serious. Got back to the original weight that had hurt my elbow on the incline JM press. Yeah. Back 2 years ago, actually 2 years, January of 21, hurt my elbow doing incline JMs on a down set, on my down set with 225. Hadn't done them since, but I wanted to bring them back into my training because I got really fucking brutally strong doing them. And on Saturday, I worked my way back up to handling 225. Finally, it's taken a while. I started at like the empty bar and then 95, and then a plate and a 10, then a plate and a quarter. Now I'm at 2 plates. Doing good. Finally getting back up. James Bergault. Hi, Jimmy. Thanks for these podcasts and vids. I put 75 pounds on my bench in 5 months. Whoa, shit. From your tip, 625 at 61 years old. Holy shit, that's great. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're getting some value out of it. Yeah, James is benching 625 at 61 years old. Body weight of 257. That's very, very impressive. Glad to have you on here. Again, if I miss you guys on Instagram, you just got to drop your questions down below. I may have skipped a few. So I know, Pierce, I saw you had one. I'm trying to let the chat just kind of roll, so I'm not getting like really, really far behind. So just keep your questions coming in the chat box. I will try not to knock the camera like I just did because it moved around quite a bit. So yeah, if you have questions, please drop them in. I'm here to answer your questions. But throughout the week, man, I did a back workout on Tuesday, and I think I even put on Patreon a separate post about it. I woke up the next morning, and it was the most sore I have been the entire year of 2023 from a back day. Good grief. That was a tough day. Very tough. B Wolf Fitness says, what weight did you compete at when you set the single ply bench record? Love the history of your inspiration for lifters everywhere. Oh, thank you. I believe I was in the 308 weight class. I think I weighed 305 or 300 flat when I did 1120. I can't remember. Your career. Oh, yeah. Oh, of your career. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. I think I weighed 30. You have to check open powerlifting. It's listed in there. I think it was 305 or 308 on the dot or some shit like that. But it was, yeah. Katie will verify for us what I benched 1120. How much did I weigh? I might have even been 315. No. I said it at 308. I'm sure I did. Positive. But she will verify that and make sure I'm not a bullshitter.
Your 1120 was 2021.
Mm-hmm.
$297.6.
Holy shit, I was 297.
0.6.
I thought I was over 300 when I did that.
When you did your 1060, you were at 313.
Right, for the super heavyweight all time.
Yeah.
Okay, I was 297. My bad. I was lighter than I thought I was. Shit. Okay. It's pretty cool. I don't remember that. 4 times body weight in single ply. Paul Lawford just got back from eating Chinese food. Well, I wish I was you, Jelly. Good to have you on here, Paul. Like me some Chinese. Whew, man.
What? Your 1120 was at York, wasn't it?
It was.
It has it listed under the Strength Spectacular. Is that right?
Nope. I had 1200 of the Strength Spectacular.
Oh, well, no. The other one, 814 Strength Spectacular, is the next year. I wonder if it was and we just didn't realize.
It might. I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was just the IPA states at York Barbell. Huh? Let's see here. Have you ever seen the inverse curl machine that Brady Mattingly invented and Louis Simmons owned? I think the Westside Barbell Hip and Quad developer is very fascinating. I think I've seen both of those. I have just never been on one or used one in my entire life, but I think they're very, very cool. George is on here. With me being paralyzed, what would be a good weekly training split for me? I think 2 bench days is absolutely necessary. And because you have no lower body use, George, I think 2 back days to match your front. So you got your 2 bench days, maybe like a light rep day and a max out day or something like that, and then 2 upper back days. because you're going to have to utilize your upper body a hell of a lot more than like everybody else because you don't have your lower body at least engaged into the lift. That's what I would think you should do. Cool. I'm caught up. Yes. Cool. I don't know who's trying to hop on, like join me, but like I don't do that.
Do they keep asking?
They keep asking over and over again.
No, thanks.
No, thank you. I don't do that. But yeah, back day, man. I could go on and on and on. Back day, like I'll walk into the gym and sit down and just be like, oh, gee, like I just know how hard it's gonna be. Like that's how difficult back days are. Like it gets really fucking intense. And me and Chris hit it real fucking hard. For Christ's sake.
Do they keep asking?
Yeah. Omar, I do not care. I am not letting you on here. Please. Yeah, I'm not doing it, dude. V's on here. Oh, miss you and Kate. Oh,
hey.
Miss you too. It's been too long. And Jason's on here. What's going on? Glad to have you guys on here. You're not in Texas now, right? You're Colorado, I think, right? I can't remember.
Sounds right, but I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember. But man, I these back days, like I said, dude, it's I could bench all day. Like naturally, I could bench all day and be fine. The back day puts me the fuck out. Like it really, really does. It's intense shit. We did. You're in Austin. Oh, she's still in Austin. I thought she
moved out.
I thought you were out of state. Or you're out of state, Virginia. But I thought you were. I thought you left Texas and went somewhere else. Well, cool. I'm glad to have you on here. Parlay says funniest Marine true story. Let me think for a second. Because there's 4 years of crap I have to sift through. So,
mostly just work.
A lot of it's work related, but true story.
Think on it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come back to it.
Okay. Let's see. Hey, I'm starting powerlifting and I'm coached and do you have any advice for growing my lifts and any tips? I got a laundry list. Just depends on what you're trying to do, where you're at, but eat a lot of food. Recovery is like absolutely key. So you have to recover from your workouts. You have to sleep. Nobody grows in the gym. You're uncoached. Okay. Nobody grows in the gym. You grow while you sleep. You recover mentally and physically from your day while you sleep. So you have to get your rest. Eat big to lift big and rest big. That is key. Be consistent. Don't try to. It's not an instant gratification type of sport. I know a lot of the young bucks, they think they want instant gratification with everything in life, and powerlifting is not that way. You will be sorely disappointed if you want instant gratification. What if I told you you could be the best in history at something, but it would take you 25 years? Would you be willing to do it? That's what it takes. So don't expect to be. I mean, there's genetic freaks everywhere. So I don't know who you are, but like, just you got to give it time. Don't get discouraged. You're going to hit bumps and things along the ways and plateaus you have to overcome. It's just the way it goes. Paul Loffer, what town do you live in, Virginia? We are in Manassas, Virginia is where we're at. Northern Virginia. It's called Nova. People really like living in Nova. I think I told this story before, but I walked into a gas station just to get some food, and there's those little kiosks for like tourists and stuff. They have those little pamphlets you can like grab and take for free and like, well, tour the area and stuff. And one of them was a map. It was a map of Nova. Okay, so Nova stands for Northern Virginia. Okay, the map split Nova in half into Northern Nova and Southern Nova. Northern Virginia. So there you go. Let's see. Tony. Good evening, Jimmy. What's going on? Good to have you on here. I was also I was talking a lot about the Redcon 1 line of supplements. Again, I'm not a sponsored athlete. I'm just telling you what I enjoy and what I like taking. And Redcon 1 was really doing it for me. But two things kind of coupled together to kind of make me move on. One of them was the price. They're not exactly, oh, they're not exactly like competitive as far as prices go. And then their shipping is absolutely just snail pace, just 2.5, 3 weeks for shipping. I get it. They're a big company. So I went back to a site. It's called Muscle and Strength, very similar to bodybuilding.com. Muscle and Strength is a discounted supplement site, and they have blistering fast shipping, like days, not weeks. So I went back to two very trusted products I have sitting right here, actually. I got questions, so let me see. Let's see. Patrick, I'll get to you in just a second. A long arm bencher. Jack DeBerry, good evening. Monday through Sunday, what is your training schedule? As in, what is done on which day? Okay, thank you. Okay, cool. I'll get to you in a second. I haven't forgotten about the Marine Corps story. I'll get to that in a second as well. I got back onto the Allmax brand of creatine monohydrate. I've had really good success with the Allmax brand. It's very clean. It truly is unflavored. Sometimes you get a creatine and it has a flavor and it's fucking disgusting. The Allmax brand is really, really good. I got really good results with it, and I'm getting back onto it leading up to this meet in July. And I got another big one here. It's a big boy. The MHP Mass Gainer 12-pound bag. All right. This both of these were on a discount. Actually, I bought this Allmax creatine monohydrate, the pharmaceutical grade monohydrate. Buy one, get one free, which is awesome. And the discounted 12-pound bag of Mass Gainer from MHP was, I think, $20 off, $65. So less than $100 for those two supplements. And I got it in 4 days. So unfortunately, I had to kind of wave my hand at Redcon 1 and just, accept the fact that I can't afford it. I can't. It's very hard to plan what you need when they have such slow ass shipping. So I had to say bye and go back to the things I know I've used in the past with success that I can get very, very fast if need be. Let's see here. Training schedule, Jack. Yes. So I do. See, Saturday is max effort shirted bench. Sunday is squats. Monday I'm off. Tuesday is upper back. Wednesday is not shirted bench, and Thursday is my random shit day, like rear delts and forearms and extra leg work if I need it. Let's see here. M. Holbrook says, can't wait for you to come to ESP Gym in North Carolina. Yeah. Oh, Doug. Yeah, I've been talking to Doug a lot about that. He got us a little spot to stay while we're down. We can bring the dog, it's pet friendly, which is super cool. Do a little bit of a seminar on Friday, and then help judge the meet on Saturday. Be glad to see you guys. And Patrick, you asked about long arm bencher. So biggest thing is finding your max advantage grip width. So probably if you're a long arm bencher, you want to go with the widest legal grip, trigger fingers on the rings. Therefore, you can attain like the shortest stroke. I don't recommend really benching on the chest. You should bench below the xiphoid process of the sternum on the upper abs. Build the shit out of your upper back and triceps. Go equipped if you so choose to. That'll help you stay healthy. Let's see. Tony says, I'm stronger now than in my late 20s or early 30s, but I've been at it for 38 years. Shit. I have not done the pudding. I haven't. I'm going to be on. I ain't a liar. I have not done the pudding yet. I haven't done it. I'm sorry. Keep reminding me so I fucking do it someday. I'll do it eventually. Just haven't gotten to it. Sorry. Parlays or any other ways of accommodating resistance other than weight releasers, chains, and bands? I'm sure there is. If somebody has something that can help them out, because I don't use accommodating resistance. I think it's overused. We compete with straight weight, so I think that's what you should be becoming efficient at. But those are the most common ones, to my knowledge. I don't know of anything else. I don't know of any other type of accommodating resistance. Maybe one could be like benching into foam. That's technically an assisted eccentric. If you bench into foam, either a foam board, or Westside had those giant blocks of foam on each side of the bench or squat, and they would lower the bar into the foam and press for or squat from that. So that could be technically a form of accommodating. Well, not really, because it's not adding anything to the bar. I don't know. I don't think so. But where are we at here? Thomas Van H. There is also research that shows long arm benchers are not per se bad benchers. Well, no, look at Ryan Kennelly, like 6'4", 6'5", and he was most dominant bench presser to ever fucking live. But chest thickness, not width, is one of the most important factors for heavy benchers. Okay, back thickness. So front to back thickness, I'm assuming, is what you mean. You'll kick yourself for not adding it earlier. I know. God dang it, I know. Let's see here. Alden just hit a 340 raw bench at 200 pounds. I'm 20 years old. Good for you, man. That's excellent. My lockout was where I slowed down at. That's very common. Best advice on how I should train to get a huge raw bench. Thank you, man. I'm a big fan of yours. Thank you for hopping on here. Thank you for the support. 33 people on YouTube. That is my highest ever, by the way. Thank you very much for the support, everybody. We got monetized about 6 or 8 months ago, I think. And by you hopping on YouTube, that is really helping us, even just a little bit financially, and it's free for you. So please like the video. Yes, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I get a lot of videos coming out this month. Try to get a video out every weekday for the entire month of June. Going to be very hard to do that. We're traveling a lot. But thank you for the support, everybody. What we got here? Best advice on how I should train to get a huge raw bench. Trains, if you're benching raw, you got to train smart, train slow. Don't be in a hurry to get a bigger raw bench. Train slow and smart, train your reps, train your variations, get strong on the floor, on incline, close grip, wide grip, boards, all those good things. Train your upper back, train your triceps, just make everything super strong. That's the biggest thing. Triceps and upper back. Make your chest strong. You got to make sure your tendons are healthy. Don't blow those out, but learn to be tricep dominant. Don't rely on your chest to do the majority of the movement. Everything equipped. Happy to have you back on here. How has your experience been in the Titan shirts versus your and other Titan shirts versus your katanas? I have an F6, single ply F6 that I love. My best performance in the gym in a bench shirt, in a poly bench shirt, full range, was actually in a single ply F6. I benched 1,050 for a triple full range in a freaking F6. Really light. Never competed with it though. It just felt too light and flimsy compared to a katana. Evil Twin, I still have a triple ply open back Evil Twin, the dark navy blue one, the cool looking one, black collar. That one I liked as well. I only competed with katanas. I never competed with anything else but katanas. So I'm a katana guy. Well, not now. I'm a F8 guy. Let's see what we got here. Another question. Jamal says that benching in a band shirt is cheating because he only benches 365 in a poly, but in an FA he blasted 900 off of one board. What are your thoughts on band shirts? I think they're awesome. I respect them for what they are. They are different than polys. He only benches 365 in a poly. I don't believe that number doesn't sound right to me. If he benches 225 raw, he benches 365 in a poly, and he's handling 900. That doesn't add up to me. But I don't know. If that's the way the sport's going, that's my opinion. Like if that's what people want to do, that's what I'm going to do too. You know, I think Jesse Kellum said it back in the 2000s when they were asking him about like all the new equipment, these open back shirts and these new shirts and stuff. And he's like, "Hey, I'm using whatever my competition's using." So if that's the way it's going to be. That's the way it's going to be. I'm going to move with the sport. Jason says, by the way, I'm loving those educational videos you've been coming out with on Mondays. Thank you, bro. Well, thank you. I'm putting out. I'm trying to put out one video on YouTube a week every weekday for the entire month of June. Trying to. It's becoming harder and harder. So, but I appreciate that. Thank you very much. 35 people on YouTube. Oh. Parlay says, do you go to and stop at 90% on max effort bench days? No, I go like 100% plus, like 110, 120%. Also, weighted dips for blowing up bench. I hate weighted dips. I think they suck. I don't like them. I don't like overhead pressing. And I don't like dips. They both suck. They never improved my bench. That is my thoughts. If you do weighted dips and your bench goes up, please continue to do them. I won't, because they don't do anything for my bench. Kryptonian, Preston. So it's better to watch you on YouTube rather than Instagram. I offer both just because some people don't want to hop on YouTube, but I am monetized over there. So if you do switch over to YouTube, that does help us, yes. But I still offer. I do both platforms. I got YouTube right in front of me. I got Instagram right here, just because I want to offer ways for people to do it both ways. So Mike says, bench shirts aren't cheating. It takes guts to bench in them because of the risk, and it takes skill to handle heavy weights consistently. Good point. Very good point. Yes, overhead press and dips are very taxing on the shoulders. That is why I think one of the reasons why they never helped my bench. My dip weight would increase. My overhead press strength would increase, but my bench went nowhere. Jason says he stopped doing those years ago. Good point. Let's see. Tim Boyce over on YouTube says, when you pull the collar down on the F8, do you still attempt to flare, or do you have to tuck the elbows, trying to find a way to hit an opener and a third or fourth attempt in the same shirt? I don't flare. So just for reference, this is for you. If this is a fully flared position, I'm tucked like this much. Like, I'm not tucked like this, right? I don't tuck very much. But no, if I pull I tuck no matter how I wear the shirt, because that's how I bench in my katanas. I just brought over my katana technique into the band shirts. So I don't agree with the flaring thing. Some people do it. I think you're asking for trouble, even in equipment. So I don't flare, but I just move the shirt up and down, pulling the collar down by setting the shirt as one piece up and down. I have an instructional YouTube video about that if you want to watch it. How to set the F8 shirt. To say that, Jimmy Kolb, how to set the F8 shirt. You'll find a video about how I adjust it. Let's see. Look at all the big benchers, Thomas says. Kirill, Jeremy, you, Big Mendy, TD, Julius. All massive, thick chests, too. Doesn't mean you need to be chest dominant. Very true. Alden, what are your favorite bench variations, and how often do you rotate exercises? I'm a big fan of equipped floor press, dead stop press, boards, both raw and equipped, for lockout purposes. I don't really do close grip anymore because reverse grip pretty much took over and became dominant and became more effective than any close grip bench I've ever done in my life. So I reverse grip all the time. That's where I kind of dummied it down to those. Let's see what we got here. Been told speed work on bench is a bit overdone and not necessarily worth it. I fully agree. Thoughts? I agree on that. On secondary bench day, do you prefer more recovery and volume or speed? I go heavy on both days, but on the second day, on the secondary day, the not shirted day, is when I rotate the movements. Therefore, I can go heavy on Saturdays every fucking Saturday, forearms and body permitting. But if I rotate the movement on Wednesdays and keep my body guessing, that's enough rotation of movements to avoid the law of accommodation. I don't do speed work ever. Best first shirt for beginners, moderate arch. I would say if you want to go poly, go with the Titan F6 because you do have a arch, even though it's a moderate arch. If you want to go with a band shirt, Anderson Powerlifting does offer the single ply F8 shirts, the Texas High School approved shirts. Those would be two of the best ones for a beginner with a moderate arch. Thoughts on Bill Kazmaier? Forget how to spell his name. Yeah, that's very close. I've never met him, so I don't have any personal like thoughts about him, like how he is in person or how. I know his reputation. I know his numbers. I know uh, his name in the game, name in strongman and in powerlifting. So I think he's awesome. I don't I like I said I've never met him, so I can't say like oh he's this or I don't like him because of this or I like him because of that. I don't know him. I've never met him, but I think he's awesome. Look what he did. Look what he did to the sport. And Ben, yes, if you go through Anderson Powerlifting, you can use my Instagram right there, Kolbstrong. That's a 10% discount code if you decide to go through Anderson Powerlifting. A lot of people on here.
Good.
Yep. I had 30.
There's a couple things I want to make sure you touch on. That email question.
Yes. If you grab the other phone, I can read it.
You
Big
can just
phone.
read it off mine here real quick.
Okay.
And then Anderson's new sleeves.
Okay.
You can talk about those while I find the email.
Just using Evil Twin. Just wondering if you have tried Inzer shirt. If so, your thoughts. I think they're kind of crap from personal experience. The quality is not there. They blow out a lot. I had them before I was sponsored with Anderson Powerlifting. When I was a teenager, I used to buy them with my with my teenage money, which wasn't very much. But and I had limited success with them when I switched over to the Titan shirts because Titan is or Anderson Powerlifting is a distributor for Titan equipment. I've been using that ever since with massive success. So I think the Titan shirts are very superior to the Inzer ones. Thoughts on West Side? Well, how much can you say about West Side Barbell? Look what it did to the sport. Look what Louis Simmons did. I think it's awesome. I don't think the brutal, rough and tough, just
Not for us. Yeah.
cave, I mean, just absolute fucking intensity, like getting in fights and stuff. Like ask any of those guys these days if it was worth doing all that shit. A lot of them will tell you it wasn't. They got strong doing it, but how much stronger if they could have been. I just don't like the that fucking going to war mentality. Fuck that. You're not going to war. You're lifting weights. I get it. Like, dude, like I take this very seriously. If my numbers don't speak for themselves, but like I like what they've done. I like what they did. I know a lot of those guys, but I don't. I never went there for. I grew up an hour from West Side, maybe an hour and a half with traffic. I grew up that close to West Side Barbell. Never went there. So.
Well, I went once.
Well, I went once.
Arnold, but like
I went once in 2020 at the COVID Arnold and with Ryan Kennelly and Tiny Meeker and Katie and our spouses. But just to like pay our respects. Louis wasn't there because it was a Sunday, but I never went there to train. Like if that tells you anything, like I never went there to train. B Wolf Fitness says, do you think it's a good idea to switch from a band shirt to a poly shirt every 4 to 6 months? I train with my F8 double ply band shirt, hit 600. Awesome. Once I put on my single ply katana, I hit 515, a 50-pound PR. Couldn't hurt. Your poly benching will definitely improve the F8 band shirt benching, but I don't think the opposite is true. Besides the fact that you're going to be handling such heavier loads with F8 band shirts, that can make the poly loads feel much lighter. But technique-wise, but difficulty-wise, poly benching is far harder to do and master. So if you do switch back and forth, I think it's a good idea. Absolutely. Jack DeBerry, I met Bill in Hawaii while in the Navy. He was at a fitness expo. Seemed nice. Gave me some metrics bars. Ooh, metrics. That's an oldie but a goodie. Let's see. And Marlon, you're going for 800 pounds again. Yeah, I saw your last message. That's going to be fucking awesome. Jesse says, I have an issue with the speed of descent on my bench press. Off the chest, I am fine, but I'm extremely slow on the way down. Is this a mental thing or an indicator of some sort of weakness? So I think it's mental. The natural tendency when you have max loads in your hands or on your back is to go slow. Like, be careful, go slow, under control. But you have to trust the process, especially if you're equipped. Like you have to come down with a little bit of haste. Every microsecond you're under that weight, you're burning your fuel. You're burning your oxygen. You're not going to have a lot coming back up. So if you can get down quicker, you're going to have a lot more energy for the ride back up. So it is, I think, a mental thing. You just have to trust it and just go down with a little bit more speed. Marlon says, my buddy from Germany, anything you do for support for bone structure, you take something like calcium or a lot of milk. I hate milk. I will not drink milk. Yuck. No, I don't. I don't do anything for my bones. I think it's just time. They built themselves to where they are over time. So I don't do anything. I've heard of Rob Farrell recommended coral calcium. Coral calcium. So if you have like little bone fractures, like microfractures, that's a good way to help heal those. Not like instantaneously, but that is one thing I've heard. Joey says, what form exercises do you do to hold heavier weights? I do radial deviation. I do ulnar deviation. I do curl, extension. I work the whole forearm 360 degrees. Leverage work with a mace, standing barbell wrist curls, wrist roller with a lot of weight, wrist curls on the pulleys, pretty much like everything. If you guys want to see what I do 5 days a week, okay, training, if you're talking about form exercises, I post every single workout that I do on Patreon. It's Kolbstrong at patreon.com. $10 a month. So if you want to see what I do in detail, every set and every rep of every movement that I do 5 days a week, $10 a month. It's on Patreon or YouTube members. It's also $10 a month. You can watch every workout that I do. Let's see. Alden says, if you could sit down with your younger self for a few minutes, what kind of advice would you give to yourself as far as bench training? I would say one of the things I was really bad at was trusting myself, because I know myself pretty well, especially after being alive 33 years. But you can't count like those first 2 or 3 because you were just a kid. But I've learned myself very well. And, I would just tell my younger self, do what you know is going to make you stronger. Don't try to be like Scott Mendelson. Don't try to train like Ryan Kennelly or Tiny Meeker or Gene Richlack. Train how you know is going to make you stronger, because you're different than any other person on the planet. And the same goes for everybody else. Like, we're all so different. And I get really strong doing what I was doing, but I thought it was wrong because nobody else is training that way. It has to be wrong. Ryan doesn't do this. Gene doesn't do this. Like, it has to be wrong. No, I try to copy what they do, train how they do, and I wouldn't get anywhere. So I would just tell myself, like, you know what you need to do to get stronger, just do it. That's what I would do. James says, is it more common to feel sore in your back wearing a double loop F8? I felt more in the chest, shoulders on poly single ply. Yeah, because there's so much material in the front one to pull your shoulders forward. You have to isometrically contract your upper back so much more to keep that thing from pulling your shoulders forward. So that's why you're probably going to feel it more in your upper back. Once the weight gets in your hands, that's going to assist in pushing you down, pinning you down to where you can't have your shoulders come out. It can still happen, but you have to keep your back pinched. But polys don't really want to pull you forward as much as the band material does, like a F8 Widowmaker or an F8 shirt. They're going to want to pull you forward. So that's why your back's going to be way more involved. Got to go home from work. Needed to help my wife due to her medical conditions. Thank you for the video. I'll watch the rest later. Jack, thank you for joining me here tonight. Happy to have you on here. I'm probably going to fucking sneeze. Oh, no.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want to sneeze. I'm going to try and get over it. Marlon, Jimmy, when I will visit Ohio next year, I hope you do. Maybe I have to visit alone. If so, maybe you or some of the guys could help me with spotting or something. Alone flying to the States sucks. I don't see why not. We'll try to. I want to try to get our guys to come to the Arnold next year.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope.
I would love. That would be so cool. We could get like Amber will be there obviously, but like Dean and Owen, maybe like Brian. Like, I want to try to get as many people there as possible, because none of them have been to the Arnold before. And especially with me going heavy during the Anderson bench competition at the Arnold next year, I'll definitely need a good handoff crew. So Marlon, like, better than nothing. Yeah. I don't see why not. We'll try our best to help you out. Let's see. Pierce says, I had to deload again because I went from elbow pain to forearm pain. Yeah, oh, it sucks. Right forearm. Okay. Your thoughts on recovery, and can I continue to bench heavy? That's up to you and your body. You know it very well, better than I do, better than anybody else does. So you have to kind of listen to it. I say continue to work. Maybe add some compression, some elbow sleeves, maybe some wraps, some arm cuffs or something that you add some compression to help do that, kind of mitigate it. Do things that you can do that's going to cause less pain. If this hurts too much, if that hurts too much, don't do those things. Work around them, do other things that are not going to hurt it. I say you can still bench. Do you ever want to get into arm wrestling? What?
But you're not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying, like, from my experience, I think you can still do it. Ben Eagle Lift says, do you ever want to get into arm wrestling? Probably not. I'm an arm wrestling fan, but I'm not a willing participant. I'm not built for, I don't have big enough hands. I don't think I'm built for it at all. There's a lot of guys who are just genetically gifted that get into it that are just world class. Some of those guys, like, look at Devin Larrett. Look how that motherfucker's built. Like, holy shit. He's got the freakiest proportions, but it's perfect. He's like one of the most dominant arm wrestlers of all time. I'm not built for it. I'm not interested. I just want to bench. Is it true that there are some people that are better built for bench based off of their physical proportions compared to others? Yes, that is very true. Like, look at me. Like, a perfect bench presser is going to be a horrific deadlifter. A genetically perfect deadlifter is going to have the worst proportions for bench press. Just some key examples. The first man to deadlift 1,000 pounds in official competition, Andy Bolton. 1,200 pound squatter, 1,000 pound deadlifter, benches 600 pounds. Chuck V, squatting 1,100, almost 1,200 pounds, deadlifting 800 plus, 900 pounds in the gym, benching 6. Dan Grigsby, a good friend of mine from the Marine Corps story. God, can't forget that. He pulls 1,074 raw deadlift, squats around 8, benches in the 4s. Not knocking on him or anybody of those guys, but like, perfect bench presser. Okay, I won't use myself as an example. That's egotistical. Ryan Kennelly, almost 1,100 pound bench presser, deadlifting in the 600s. In training, I don't know if he's competed or not. Sure, me, 1350 bench, I can pull in the 600s, maybe 700 if I'm lucky. With straps. There are people with good proportions for different lifts. The Arnold is a fiasco shit show compared to the 90s. Oh, I'm sorry. But there will always be quite a few amazing people there no matter what. That is okay. I don't know about the 90s. I only know the recent ones.
We've always had fun.
Yeah, we've always enjoyed our trips to the Arnold every year.
I really loved COVID Arnold. I know.
It was just not much going on. It was easier to meet people because there was nothing going on.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, we got to see and do a lot more.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Owen, by the way, we're talking about going to the Arnold next year. God dang it. We want you guys to come with us. We want you guys to make it there. You, Owen, or you and Dean, me and Katie, like, we want to get you guys to the Arnold next year. Plus, my buddy Marlon right above us here from Germany is looking for a handoff crew, so we could be able to help him out. So think on it. You got like a year to think about it. I want that to happen. That'd be fucking dope. Tell us more about the new sleeves. Jamal wants them. I'm not sure who this Jamal guy is. Anderson Powerlifting, right behind me here, is coming out with the new Anderson Armor sleeves. Anderson Armor.
They are out.
Like body armor. They're out right now. They are $80. That is the entry-level price. They will eventually go up to $99. They are the direct competition to the Inzer. Inzer,
Cerberus, the new like super stiff wraps.
Yeah, the stiff, the really, really stiff ones everybody like oozes over. They are the direct competition to those, and comparatively priced. Again, $80 right now. They will be $99 in the coming probably few weeks. July 1st will be at $99. I don't have any of them yet. They just came out this week. I don't have any here to show you, but they are stiff, and they don't recommend sizing down. Do not size them down. You will not get them on. They are that gnarly. Marlon says, is Ohio, Columbus a nice city for visiting? Just been in New York, Virginia, Carolina, North and South.
Sorry.
There are parts that are rough. There are parts that are not. Downtown
Depends
is
on what you like to do.
yeah. I mean, it's okay. It's Ohio. It's right in the Rust Belt of the Northeast. So it's I don't know. It's nice. It's okay. Not terrible.
It's Ohio.
It's Ohio. We love it. Matt Brooks, what's going on, bro? Let's see. How much volume on pressing, tricep, and upper back work a week would you recommend? Do you always push yourself very hard in the gym? Every time I go in there, it's game time, and that's the only thing that matters in the entire fucking world at the time is what I have to do in the gym. That's all that matters. How much volume? That just pressing tricep and upper back for a week. That's kind of hard to answer. My volume is extraordinarily high, but I've also been lifting for 19 years. It depends on the person, their experience, what they need. You know, somebody might need lower volume. I need a lot of high volume. I'm in the gym 5 days a week. Again, if you want to see what I do in the gym, patreon.com/Kolbstrong or something like some configuration like that.
It is
/Kolbstrong. Yeah. $10 a month, guys. If you want to see what I do. I wasn't sure how you type it, but yeah, Patreon, $10 a month.
Professional, ladies and gentlemen.
Wonder at Max, speaking of arm wrestling, can you crush walnuts like Denis Saplankov? No, I don't think anybody can. I'm a huge Devin Larratt, Denis Saplankov. Who's the guy from Georgia? Laren? Help me out. The guy that's like the most dominant one now, the huge guy, the big Georgian. What's his name? Larratt? I don't forget. Somebody will pop it up for me, but
like you want me to look that up too?
No, it's okay. Mendy claims 900 plus deadlifts for reps, so I guess there's exceptions. I guess. I mean, you can claim what you want, but yeah.
Because I mean, like, yeah, you deadlifted 1100 for 5 today.
Yeah, I mean, nobody saw it, but Levon, that's what it is. That's right. He's look at so there's just monsters. Like Saplankov is just an absolute fucking freak of nature. Like just he's getting older now. I know he came back and he beat who did he just beat in a rematch? John Brzenk. They had a rematch and he absolutely destroyed him. John Brzenk, that is. He destroyed John Brzenk. So they're both getting really old, but like, yeah, Saplankov coming back into it's like really cool. Alden says, "Hey Jimmy, how much would it cost to do a 30-minute Skype sessions with you?" I have not brought that up yet. I really wanted to talk about it. So I offer Skype videos. Like if you want to set me up in the gym or something, or just ask questions.
Or like Zoom. Mostly we do like FaceTime, I guess.
FaceTime, Skype, yeah, Zoom. It doesn't matter. If you want to talk just face to face, or if you want me to be in the gym, like set me up on a tripod and literally watch you bench press. No time limit really. I mean, I'm not going to be on there for 2 or 3 hours, but if you want to do it for like an hour, something like that, I charge like $40. So if you want to talk about that, honestly, you can just like DM me on Instagram. So yeah, 50. Well, 50. Okay, I was wrong. I thought it was 40. It's actually 50. And again, that's not to say 30-minute. If you want, I'll cap it at an hour. So if you want to set me up in like the gym or something, or just Skype and just talk again, $50. Gotta live. It's expensive these days. I apologize, but that's just the way it has to be. We'll stay there, have a nice time, eat good food, and meet nice new peoples. Yeah, Marlon, happy to have you over there. Ohio's our backyard. Let's see. What's up, Mike? Happy to have you on here. Tony says, what was the name of those wraps again? Oh, if you're talking about the wraps that we use for wrists, or you're talking about the knee sleeves that just came out, well, they got the Anderson KLA, so that's Kilo Lima Alpha KLA 5000s wrist wraps, or the F8 wrist wraps is the other one we were talking about, or the new Anderson Armor knee sleeves is what we were just talking about a minute ago. Mendy will be lifting July 1st at his gym. He's lifting again. Oh, well, good. I that's awesome. Hell yeah. Happy to. He's never gonna. I know he said he didn't announce his retirement, and Kennelly did, but like I don't think Mendy's ever gonna stop lifting or competing. Let's see. Let's see. Remember, Matt Brooks says, remember you used to have your consultation things listed in your link tree when I first met you. Yeah, that was about a year ago. I'm not sure if that's listed anywhere. It's just like word of mouth. We should put it up somewhere like, hour-long Zoom call, $50 or
I could
something.
probably add it to the website. I just
Yeah, we haven't done that. We're just busy, but yeah, I do that. Like, people set me on a tripod. Like, hey, is this a good angle? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'll just sit here at my desk and just like watch them bench and coach them in real time as close as I can get to being in person without actually being in person. So it's still not great. Like Matt Brooks here, I'd love to be like in person, hands on with Matt Brooks, but we're too far apart. But luckily, he has access to Doug Smithy and his crew down in North Carolina. And Matt Brooks, Mendy's lifting in his own meat. It sounds like it. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't keep tabs with Mendy very often, but it sounds like it. Sounds like he is. Have you ever used a freak bar with the internal spring, external spring rotation? I've never tried that type specialty bench bar before. What does a camered bar do? Work the abdominals more so. Right. Freak bar, I used one at Elite FTS for a demonstration purpose only, so that's my only experience with it. Kind of weird. Camber bar, if you're talking about squats, it just makes it extraordinarily unstable because it wants to swing on you the way the leverage works with the bar. What's up, Jimmy? How you doing? Jafari, what's up? I'm benching big weight right now. Good. Well, fuck yeah. 330 for 2 last week, he says. Cool. All right. Mike, you ever rack pull for rep work? Oh, yeah, we did. Well, we did block pulls last Tuesday for rep work. Haven't done a lot of rack pulls. I do a lot of block pulls, though. Yeah, bent over rows are for high reps are rough. I keep my reps for rows about 5. I don't go above 5 normally. Matt Brooks, I can see those freak bars coming in handy for some pretty cool accessories. I basically used it to make a video for Elite FTS talking about trying to spread the bar apart. So we started with a band, we moved to the freak bar, then we moved to an actual like solid like straight bar in succession. Made a really cool video. And you say, Jabari says, I'm going to bench 405 in September. All right. That is exciting. Remember my first 405. I was not in a meet. I was in my freaking my mom's living room with my weight set, my first weight set in like 2006, I think. That's an exciting weight to finally overcome. Does reverse grip work in slingshots or bench shirts? I would think not. Does it work in slingshots or shirts? I would think not, because I thought you get the most out of the shirts and slingers from flaring and stretching wide. Some people advocate for stretching and flaring the elbows. I do not. I still tuck, no matter if I'm using an F8 Widowmaker or an F8 bench shirt. I still tuck like I'm in a poly. They're very malleable.